We are the Aylesbury Leadership Team, and we're going to be asking Sensei Ben and Sensei Louise some questions.
Cool.
What age did you start martial arts?
I started when I was about 8. I started with judo first, so that was when I started. Louise?
I was 20 when I first started martial arts, so I was much older than you guys.
Okay, a lot older.
Rude.
What got you into martial arts?
What got me into it? There was a program that was called Monkey Magic.
You guys should go on YouTube.
Oh yeah, look up Monkey Magic. In fact, they made a remake of it just recently. But Monkey Magic was a thing that I really, really loved when I was about 8. And I remember saying to my mum back then, okay, I'd really like to do that. Then I stopped martial arts for a little while because we moved, and then I was getting hassle at school, and it kind of made me think I need to do something about it. So then again, my mum took me to another club.
For me, it definitely was becoming an adult and realising that you can't really fight with your friends. They don't think it's funny. So when you come to martial arts, you get to fight and you don't get into trouble. Who's the next question?
How long? What is your favourite part of martial arts?
Oh, that's a big question for me. I think my favourite part is the fact that it's part of my life. Every day I do martial arts, every single day. I train every day. You know, and my family is about martial arts, and obviously then I've got you guys, you know, the leadership team and all the other students. Okay, so I think that's a massive thing. So I didn't say there's anything in particular that's my favourite. I think it's just the overall.
Yeah, I think I agree with Ben that it's like part of our lives, and most of you guys come to numerous classes, so your life is also becoming martial arts, isn't it? So you live it, you breathe it. The things I think about eating, when I think about my yoga, everything comes back to how it's going to improve my martial arts. Who's next?
How long has ZKS been going on for?
Oh, so ZKS is 20 years, well, nearly 21 years.
Our part of ZKS.
Yeah, so for 20 years. So we come from a style called Zen Kaishin Taijutsu, and we are a bit of an offshoot from that. But we've been going as a club for 20 years.
What previous martial arts have you done?
Well, I said earlier that obviously I started judo, and then I moved into, when I got to secondary school, into something called ninjutsu and kung fu lao gao, which was kickboxing. So I did those two. And then as I got older and sort of around about 15, 16, then I got into taijutsu, which is where I've been pretty much staying since. Louise?
And then when Ben and I met, we tried loads of different martial arts. We tried kung fu, we tried aikido, we tried boxing, we tried judo. Like for years before we had our children, we tried loads, and I would encourage you guys to try other things. One of the classes that we've just started up with Sensei Sean is a complement to this, the Muay Thai course. So it's like different. Archie does it as well. It's nice because it backs up what we already do, and I don't think one style has all the answers. So definitely, cross training is good.
Who taught you guys martial arts?
Okay, so obviously for Louise and I, in fact it was mainly me for Louise. So that's obviously how it's for you, isn't it? But for me, I was taught by a guy called Sensei Steve Cowley. He was one of the more senior instructors in Taijutsu. He was based in High Wycombe, and in fact he's still around. He doesn't teach as much now, but he's still involved in the martial arts world to a degree. And then obviously going forwards, I've been to lots of other different clubs and had lots of different training partners, and I think that's another big thing as well. An instructor is important, but training partners, so like you guys are a team, you actually learn from one another, because something that one of you guys can do, they might be able to do it a little bit better, and you can use them and give them, they can give you insight on how they've done it. So it's not just about an instructor, it's about the people around you.
What was your favourite type of martial arts?
What's the favourite type of martial art? Well, so for me, as most of you know, I'm not a particularly tall person. And again, like with different styles of martial arts, they suit different body types. So I've always really enjoyed the wrestling and the grappling side of things, which is a better suit for my body type, and the throwing. So that's my sort of thing. What about you, Louise?
I like wrestling.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wrestling's good.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Ground is excellent.
Okay.
Jaden?
What advice would you give to young people to start martial arts?
Oh, that's a really big question. I think that's sort of two-pronged. I mean, you might have some different opinions on this, Louise, to me, but I'll let you speak. But parents, it's important you get your kids into something they really enjoy. So for parents, like, they're quite important. They're like the investors of children. They need to really put on board what they want their child to get from it. And I think for their children, it should be they enjoy it, they have fun, and they really like the staff and the instructors and the people that are helping out. Okay, so that's really, really important. And that they look to the people around them to help them. Louise, you got anything else to add to that? Sort of what advice you would give?
I just think it's about everyone making their own progress. And like, if you think you've learnt one thing or you've made one friend, like, it's a positive thing. So not putting pressure on ourselves, not putting pressure on our children. That's the most important thing for me.
Yeah, and sort of going on top of that as well is it takes ages to learn stuff. You know, I've been doing martial arts for like 30 plus years. Well, feels like it anyway. So, you know, and in that time I'm still learning, I'm still improving, and I think you can't expect to know something straight away. And it's tough, it's not easy. I mean, you guys, I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's tough?
How hard is it to learn? When we teach you a new skill, so we say, did you guys look at the shoulder throw last week? I thought Gracie, yeah, exactly. So Gracie came home and she was like, oh, I think I've got it, let me show you, and she fell over. You know, like, because the first time you do it, the second time you do it, and it takes absolutely yonks, and not putting pressure on ourselves to like immediately get it.
How do you get good at rolling?
I think I'm going to ask you guys the same question back, actually, because you're much younger than I am and Louise, unfortunately. But you guys will have a slightly different viewpoint to us, because obviously we see it as coaches and instructors, but you guys are very new and gone through the process. So if you guys got anything you'd like to add to help parents or children or anyone that's interested in martial arts, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would say if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. You can just stop.
Fair comment, okay.
That is true.
Very
Anyone.
What about you guys over here? I mean, have you got...
Remember your gear? That always helps.
Stopped.
You've
Dylan?
gone very quiet.
And everyone's gone quiet. Okay, I've got an easier question. What's the best thing about martial arts?
For you
Something
guys.
you enjoy. Something you enjoy when you come to the club.
Learning
Do you enjoy
everything. Learning to defend yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Seeing your friends, you say,
No, making
Jaden?
friends.
Making
What
friends.
about you? You said something, Elizabeth.
Everything.
Everything.
You like
Oh, I
everything.
No, but don't make them too small.
Punching people without getting told off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi?
Everything as well.
Everything.
Archie?
Everything.
You guys are easy. Yeah,
guys are
easy,
easy.
please. So obviously you guys are the leadership team, and obviously we want these guys here to help your children and actually see where they can go to, and you know they're definitely a good role model for us, and you know, one day some of them might even become the new senseis and new instructors, which is always a great privilege for me, because it means that we've done our jobs well. I think the one thing I'll end this little interview with is that my ambition is always to have people that have progressed further than me, as in they've got better than me in one form or another, okay, and as an instructor or as a teacher, that's a really important thing. So hopefully when parents see you guys around, that they can actually go, oh yeah, okay, they're definitely of a high standard, and they're a good role model for our children. So that's the one thing I want to finish with. So thanks, leadership team, thank you very much for interviewing us, and obviously if you want to hear more about them or want to speak to them, they're all here, okay, and they're all actively involved with ZKS at various classes. Thanks very much.
Ta-da!
And cut.